Howdy UVCE! Today here at the very first episode of the alumni interview series. This is a platform where we make UVCians hear the success stories of achievers from which they can be inspired, and also a platform wherein others will know what UVCians are capable of. Today we'll be interviewing one of our college alumni, a former student from Tribali branch who is currently an MS student at the University of Washington, specializing in electrical, electronics and communication engineering. Unlike many others, she has managed to get into this university without any agency and by her own means. Not only did she get placed in the college placements, but also managed to get an off-campus placement from the company enphaseenergy. We all want to hear more from the student who managed to get an off-campus placement offer and is currently receiving quality education from one of the finest institutes of the world. Let's welcome Chaitra Shetty. Hi ma'am, hope you are doing good.
Hi. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay ma'am.
Can you just do my name, don't do ma'am?
Yes ma'am. Okay, yes Chaitra. Let's go back to the days where you finished PU and you wanted to pursue engineering. So why did you choose UVCE?
One thing for sure, it's cheaper than other colleges. Like, I had a bit of financial situation that time, and also I had good reviews about the college. I had not seen the college personally, but I had some seniors who had been in that college before. They told like the college placements are good. So that was like one key point, college placements. Like around 100 plus companies come into the college. So that was the major reason.
So placements and the financial thing was the major aspect which brought you into UVCE.
Yeah.
Okay ma'am. So let's imagine that first day while you entered the college. So what was your expectation and what was the reality?
To be honest, scary. I had not expected. I don't know if you guys have seen before. It was not as good as it is right now. Like, it had all dark patches, like all the buildings. It was not that good. So yeah, it was a bit scary the first day. It was not as I expected. There was no orientation or anything. Like, we just entered the college. It was okay. Everyone's searching where is the department.
Oh.
We even frankly didn't know where was the department. I don't know how it is right now. There was like a plain ground. So in front of the ground was the ECE department, which was a bit old that time. So that time the ECE building, it was very, very, very old. We didn't know it was actually a department, like we had no expectations also that time. And the first day we just entered, someone told like just go straight near the ground, there's one building, that's the ECE department, just go there. We went there, and then the first minute we entered, we had a class. Nobody came like, okay, welcome, that, nothing. It's just like, okay, this is your first math class, you're taking the class, we have very less classes, we have more portions, blah, blah, blah. They just started the class. That's how it started. It was obviously not what I expected, at least some kind of orientation or some kind of introduction, like, okay, this is this, you're entered this, blah, 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 but nothing. Yeah, that's a bit of a shock.
Any other scenarios like where you can compare expectation versus reality, like what you had expected about teachers or probably the campus culture? Do you have anything like that to say?
I was just out of college, like PU is more or less school, it's not actually a college. So you're stuck to this 9 to 5, okay, you have one class after one class after one. So you're just stuck to that routine. I just came out of that routine and entered UVCE. It was more like, okay, you may have class or you may not have class. I think it depends on the lecturer's mood, or if he like, okay, I don't want to take today, then it's done. It's holiday. I was introduced to the concept of mass bunk.
Yes, ma'am.
All that stuff, it happened. Yeah, nothing I expected. Not that.
Okay, ma'am, we have a photo from your initial days of UVC. Let's see what you got to say about it. I hope you can see the. Yes, ma'am. What do you have to say on this?
We had no idea actually. I think this is
Probably the one at the right of the image is you. Yes,
yeah. I
ma'am.
can recognize that. Yeah, but this one was for I guess for something related to fee. They were about to increase fee or something, and it was already 8K. It's like the least possible amount they were taking, and we wanted to reduce even that. I had no idea why I went there also. It was just at the moment in the flow we all went. Yeah.
So can see that you were in a high josh to strike against the government and all.
You can see the second one. The one next to me, she's like fully into it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we got to know that you were the seer of the class. So how did you feel being the seer? Like, what were the perks? What were the pros?
Perks, there were no perks actually. It was just, I was pulled into everything. All politics, all the drama. I had to be there. Okay, where's the CR? Where's the CR? Call her. Get her to do this, get her to do that. Any presentations, ask her to get that, ask her to get projector, ask her to get money from everyone for this function, that function. It's just, you were that one slave, you have to do every job in the class. Yeah.
Probably all the
And I
CR who
volunteered
listen
for
to
that.
this would relate to this. Oh, okay, ma'am. So, apart from the fest, this is something all freshers would wait for. Can you guess what it is?
Apart from
Fests. Like all the freshers would be on their toes to get this event.
event.
That's the freshers party. But
Oh,
yeah, but we heard that you guys yourself hosted the freshers party. Like,
yeah.
please tell us more about it.
So, I think there was no culture of freshers party in EC department. We actually asked our seniors if they were interested, like, are we getting any freshers party? Like, all our friends from the other departments were getting one, and there was no scene of me, like, none of our seniors came, and they were like, okay, we are doing nothing. There was nothing. So we just went to them directly and asked, like, are you guys gonna do something for us or not? They were like, no, there's no culture of freshers party in EC department. We didn't get one, so you're not getting one.
Oh,
So that was their reaction. Like, okay, fine, we'll do it ourselves. So why do we need seniors for that? So we collected money from our own classmates for our own freshers party. We did arrange some events, and yeah, we did it in the quad section, what do you call that? I forgot. So what's that area where that Nandini booth and all is there? Right?
okay.
Yeah, we did it there.
Like, we'll go to the next segment, which is mostly concentrated on the technical part of the college. We heard that there was a technical paper you had worked on while you were in UVCE. So please throw us some light on it.
Okay. I did not get it out. We were working on a stepper motor based project. It's called Automated Painter. It's just, you want me to explain the
Automated painter.
project?
Yes, ma'am. Automated painter. Yeah. Like, that's a cool idea, right?
Yeah, so it's just a stepper motor based project with Arduino and stuff like the regular stuff. Yeah, but we got funding for that from the Alumni Association.
Oh, nice.
Somehow they believed in our idea. We got funding from them. And you guys know KPG, KP Guruswamy?
Yes, ma'am.
He
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the
Like,
professor. Yeah.
he's the backbone of our club too.
Okay, yeah, he was our mentor for the project, so he helped us a lot in the project. He believed, okay, you guys can do something, your idea is good, like try to get out a paper, but we did not get out the paper in the end. He still tells that you should have got that paper out.
Oh,
I even got my recommendation for coming to this university from him.
oh, nice, ma'am. Like, what was the project about? Like, what was the like? Can you elaborate on that automatic painter thing?
So the automatic painter was more like like it takes like a frame of wall, for example, like one frame of wall with it kind of has a roller which is connected to the stepper motor. It moves in 2 to 3 frames and then moves, the entire structure moves to the left, like left or right based on the like situation or the wall, however it is.
What went wrong, ma'am, according to you? Like, if you were today to build that, what corrections you would have made so that the paper would have been out?
It was very immature, obviously. It was all like basic. Maybe you can call it as a prototype more than a project. There's obviously a lot of things which we could build on top of that. Yeah.
You were a good coder, is what we have known from our research. So, why did you choose core despite being well versed in coding and knowing the advantages in the IT sector?
I don't know. I just loved what I did in my job. Like, yeah, coding. I was okay, kind of good. Maybe not the best out there, but I was more comfortable in this area more than coding. Like, I did not like sitting and coding the entire day. I wanted to more like have a hands-on experience, do something with the boards or with the components. Like, I love that more than coding.
What do you want to say to people who are confused between going to core or coding, the IT thing?
So between software and hardware, if I have to say, it's more on the personal interest. Okay, just because someone's getting more money and you just want to make money, I respect that. You want to make money, you want to go into that job, yeah, it's good for you. But if you're someone who want to work for happiness as well, like you need that satisfaction in your work and money is not the only criteria for your work, then obviously come to hardware. Like, that's where the real stuff happens.
Yes, ma'am. So, and would you mind telling us about your placement in campus and as well as off campus?
So yeah, I did a mistake in campus placements. I just went in and sat for interviews and I got through like in second company itself. And it was, I guess, if I'm not wrong, it's for the software developer job. I got through the interview, I got the like job. But somewhere down the line, like I was not happy. I did not want to do that. I just for the experience, I just wanted to sit for the interviews. For the interview experience, I sat. I got the offer. And if you get any job after like about 4 or 5 lakhs, you're blocked, right? Yeah. So that happened, and I was not supposed to sit to any other interviews.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was not able to do any other on-campus jobs. I was blocked from the campus placements, so I had to do off-campus to get into core basically.
Like, how was your journey finding job off campus, ma'am? Like,
off-campus, we had this thing called Naukri.
Naukri.com or something.
Yeah, it was called some First Naukri or something. I don't know.
Yes.
So in that website, they usually like post job openings where you can apply and go offline. It's not related to the on-campus stuff. So there, I think that was like only campus interview I did. If I'm not, it was the off-campus interview I attended. It was Jain University. It was like 3 or 4 colleges had come there. They had like they had like an aptitude test. You had to clear that, and then like I had 4 rounds interviews.
Okay, ma'am. So we went too much into technical. Let's divert our topic to a little bit of fun thing. So we have another picture for you. Let's see what you have to say on this.
Okay. Yeah, this is like every engineer would have thought in their engineering days, like to do something outside, like okay, we'll get job, we might not get job, we have to do some startup, like we have to work on something. So this was that.
What
Was
was this
that
about?
right? Like you got it from Darshan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I think it is that picture. Like we guys, we wanted to start up this automated Panipuri stuff. I think you guys might
Automated
have seen.
Panipuri. Oh my god.
Yeah. You guys might have seen in GT World Mall and
Ha ha ha.
areas like that, right? Yeah, we wanted to have something like that. And before we even start, we got to know it's already been done by other companies and it's almost coming to market. So that's where we dropped it.
But even
And
now,
this was the place.
even now we don't
Yeah.
see automated Panipuri like anywhere near the city.
No, it is in GT World Mall and
Yeah, just the
it's
places
there
like
in
that.
couple
So,
of
why didn't
other
you
places.
continue going in that direction?
Actually, we went to a place to rent out. So that's the place picture you're seeing where we wanted to rent out that place and get our automated Panipuri stuff there. Uh, but then we got to know it's been almost out of the market and it's like about to launch. And it was not something a startup can compete. That's what we came to a conclusion. And again, yeah, we had differences. And
Whose
that's
idea
why we
was this,
stopped.
and like who gets the crazy idea of automatic
Okay,
Panipuri
take
machine?
a
Like,
guess. Okay, take a guess. Who
um,
might have thought about
was it
it?
yours?
No, it's your sponsor,
Oh,
obviously.
okay. We heard from our sponsor that there was a very famous tagline for you guys, CCD, for your group.
Yeah,
Can you say more about that group?
it's just our names. Like my name, Darshan, and Chaitra. Like three of us. That's where it came. Chaitra, Darshan.
How was the bond between you? How was, like, what were you doing in free time?
No, you should have asked the other way around. We used to go to classes in free time. The
Okay.
other time we used to do like maybe hang out. Most of the time it's just we sit and talk nonsense in rock garden. And
That's
I don't know,
almost what
I
UVCNs do
don't
whole time, man. So that.
I don't know. I don't remember the time where we were, okay, we have to like do sit and like do our assignment or homework or anything like that. It's mostly like, okay, do we have class now? Okay, do you want to go to class today? Are you in the mood to go to class today? No, okay, where shall we go? It was more like that. The only time we used to sit and study is during internals and finals.
Like, we are following the same legacy, ma'am, probably.
That's how it is, right? Not much, what do you call, assignments and that oriented kind of coursework. It's more of like, okay, you study, you read, you by heart stuff. Even if you by heart some questions or some concepts, you can still pass out. So that's how it's designed.
Yes, ma'am. So we have another game for you, ma'am. So I'll
Okay.
say a few words, and you need to describe it in a word or probably in a sentence also, not an issue.
Okay.
So the first word is UVCE.
Place where I learned or place where I had most of my first.
So the next word is enphaseenergy.
Where I actually learned that whatever I learned before in engineering is not actually engineering in industry. You have to learn a lot.
Okay. So the next word is India.
Place where I miss a lot.
How is it like from people from abroad say that we miss India, we miss India? How is it with you, ma'am?
Obviously, I miss India. Okay, you might ask if you miss India, why did you go to
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
US?
ma'am.
Obviously, that's like the basic question. I if I had an opportunity, I would take IIT as the first thing, but yeah, I did not crack gate. That's why I'm here. Like
Okay.
that's basic. Indian education system is not that bad. Like if you see IITs, they are really good. Like people here consider IITs as equivalent to MIT. It has that kind of standard in here. So yeah, just because I did not get into IITs, I'm here. It's like the next best option I could get, and also money. Once I feel like okay, I have done my part here, and okay, good to go. I'll be back.
Okay. So you have ideas of coming back to India after your studies is done.
Not after the studies, after I give back my loan and make some decent amount of money. Yes, yeah.
You have any other idea of a startup or something, ma'am, after earning enough?
Obviously, that's never gonna die. I think it's something that bonds me and that's in me. We never get satisfied. That's our problem. Like we need something to go on. This 9 to 5 job, it's boring. It's just not. What do you call it? Just don't give that adrenaline rush for us. So yeah, that will be there.
Oh, okay, ma'am. So the next word is Washington. Ma'am, you should say more about it because I am sitting in India. I have no idea about Washington.
So currently, even I am exploring Washington just like some days because it was what it went to like -7 and stuff.
Okay.
So it was I was mostly in room for most of the time. Now it's a spring. I'm seeing sun after like 6 months.
Oh.
So I am also exploring Washington myself right now.
Like,
And yeah, it's a beautiful state.
how are people there, like, in comparison to people in India?
Okay, to be honest, I have met more Kannadigas in Washington than in Bangalore.
Oh.
Very honest. I have like at least 12 people here who are from like Bangalore and nearby areas, like from Karnataka basically. And in my own company, I was the only one from Karnataka, like basically in Enphase. I was the only one from Karnataka in the entire team of like 20ish.
Oh, okay.
So
That's how it is.
I used to barely talk in Kannada because I used to spend most of my time in office. I go at like say 10 in the morning, come back at 10. Like I was kind of workaholic, 12 to 12, like around 12 hours a day I used to work, and I had no chance of talking in Kannada in office. But here I mostly talk in Kannada because people surrounding me is all Kannada. Yeah, it's all Kannadigas here.
How are people other than Kannadigas there? Like, how friendly they are?
They're very warm. Yeah, like the way they are brought up and we are brought up, it's like the cultural difference. Obviously, there's a lot of cultural difference. The first thing they say is they don't check our background or whatever it is. Yeah, I know racism is a thing here, but till now I've not faced it, or at least in front of me, nobody can. Oh, you're Indian, you're brown. Okay, I did not encounter any of that till now. They're all like very warm. Even if they see from a far distance, they'll be like, "Hi, how are you doing? How is it going today?" Like they have that small talks every now and then. Like in India, even if you see someone like for once, if you see like, okay, I don't want to talk today, let's just go. You try to like hide and go and all those. But here they're like more warm. They try to create stuff.
What cultural aspect of that country do you want to see in India? Personally.
Obviously, the way they treat people, like even if you go for a hike or like random place, they treat you, they greet you like, "Hi, good morning," like, "Hi, how are you doing? How's it going?" Like, you don't even know them, they don't know you. They just tell hi. Like that's like one warm feeling. Like you get that warmth. Like, oh, okay, hi. You feel that happiness. Okay, they are recognizing. They're like, okay, talking. But in India, you just go to random people, tell hi, they'll give you that weird expression. Why is she telling me hi? I don't even know her. Yeah, that's one thing maybe it's nice to have.
If you were to have a chance in probably next time when you are born, would you choose India or Washington?
India.
Okay.
India, obviously.
Like, why? Why?
I don't know. I love the way I was brought up. I love my upbringing. I had a very humble beginnings, and I love the way it was. And I don't want to change a thing about it. I am who I am because of that. I can live life with, say, with nothing to everything. I got it just because I was what I was.
Yes, ma'am. Like, that's very good to hear. We'll move on, and we heard that when you were in the company enphaseenergy, you made such astonishing achievements where it's undescribable, such as being on work-related trip abroad 3 times within good 3 or 3.5 years of work. Please describe your experience, ma'am.
Maybe I was fortunate enough to get into a design team. It's very rare they take freshers into design team. When I joined, there were not much people in the group, so I had to work most of the time on the product, and I had more knowledge on what is going on. So they wanted me to go for the manufacturing unit to see if things are right, or the testing stuff to see like what's going wrong. Because I worked mostly on the designing part of it, so they thought okay, she can do something like, okay, why is it fail? She could like try to work it and stuff. So that's why I traveled a couple of times to US, California, and once I visited China for
China,
the
okay.
manufacturing.
How did you feel when you got selected to go abroad, ma'am? Like, I think that's your first time going abroad. So how was it?
Yeah, yeah, it was both, what do you say, like mixed feelings because it's first time I've never been outside alone
Ha,
till
ha.
then. Like my parents are a bit reserved in that kind of stuff. They never let me go alone anywhere. So the first time I go out and it's like international trip, yeah, it was scary. And also it was for China. The first time I went, it was for China. They, again, language issues. They had no clue of English. They don't talk English very much. So I had to like use Google Translator. I type in English and show
They're Chinese.
translate the Chinese to them so that they understand what I'm asking. Even like to grab some food or something, I had to like type like, okay, can I get something which don't have pork or which don't have any other weird meat?
Ha.
So yeah, that was because they add meat in every dish possible.
Okay.
Even for salads, they add meat and everything.
Oh,
So yeah, so to get something which don't have pork or beef was a hassle right there.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it was an experience and I was alone.
How was
I
your
learned a
time in
lot.
China, ma'am? Like, how was the
Yeah, it
culture
was
there?
just pre-COVID. I went in,
Oh,
I think September or October of 2019. Like
okay.
December is when the COVID
Ha,
hit.
ha.
It was just pre-COVID. It was nice. Like people were really good in China. They have this thing called like they have a slope type of like in Chinese they tell basically the guests are like God for them, like Aditi Devo
Aditya Deva
Bhava,
Baba
what
in
have
India. Ha, ha.
and they kind of like follow it very strictly. Like when I went to the manufacturing unit, they used to give me food first before they eat. They made sure whatever I eat, they had like they get food what I eat, like of my selection or of my sort. Like
Choice.
they
Ha.
had got food just for me beforehand, so that I feel comfortable, and they gave me food first, and then they eat. All those stuff, they're like a big cultural difference. I don't think any Indian would do that. If you're hungry, you'll be like, okay, let me eat first, and let's see that later on. Yeah, like few cultural differences. That's where I first saw. And as of city, they're obviously very much ahead of India, like all the tall buildings and stuff, and even their bullet trains, That's where I first saw all
A
those
bullet
things.
train. Ma'am, like as an Indian, when I hear about China, like it comes to in my mind that the products are duplicate. So,
They are very good at copying stuff.
okay.
Yes, they make very good first copy products.
Ha, ha.
And also, you know that only China is the only place where they have the maximum silicon products. Like any battery, if you make in you have only China, which gives you all the different ranges and different specs. Right? None of the countries have that production units, say. Uh, they're doing for countries, and also manpower is more.
Ha, ha,
They know
ha.
how to utilize their manpower in a
So, other than China, which other country had you been, ma'am? From
US,
Enphase.
California.
California. So, how is
California.
it in California? Like, how was your experience in California?
In California, it's just the neighboring state where I'm currently
Ha,
at, so
ha.
it's not much of
Difference.
different from here. But when I came first, they were very welcoming. They were surprised to see like a very young Indian girl out on her own. So yeah, that was actually like there were a couple of people who even asked me like, "Oh, how come you are here? Like, how come you guys?" They had this notion that women are not that much progressed, or they
In
are
India.
free to move and stuff like that. Yeah, they were kind of surprised because there is this kind of prejudice people have in here, like thinking, okay, India is not that of free when it comes to women and stuff. Um, I was surprised, and I told it's not that in all the parts of India, at least as far as I know.
What inspired you to go to masters? Like you had a job and you were kind of settling. So what inspired you to go to masters?
Exactly, that's the trigger points. Like I was settled, like I was comfortable in what I was doing. And I felt like I was, after one point, like after churning out two products, I was feeling I'm not learning anything new, or I'm just doing the same thing and again and again and again. So I felt the need of learning more. And why no agency? Because I don't know, I did not feel the need for it. Because to go to to apply to any masters, you just need SOP, letter of recommendations, and you need to write TOEFL and GRE for a few colleges. And when I was coming, it was like with time they had relaxed the GRE requirements. You didn't have to write GRE for few good universities. It was just TOEFL, SOP, and letter of recommendation, and obviously the regular college applications. So, SOP is like how do you tell your story? I don't know how a third person can tell my story better than me. That was my ideology. So I did feel the need for an agency to write my story. I wrote it on my own, and yeah, obviously had more people review it to tell, see like okay how it is coming out. Like, are you getting what I'm trying to tell? So I got it reviewed by like 10 or 15 people, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, after 10 15 reviews, it came into a better shape. I felt like that's good to go, and that helped.
Like if you were to
Most
explain
agencies.
the steps of getting into abroad for a person who knows nothing, it would be beneficial.
So if you're going to masters in fall, say that's like the usual time most of the people go. You can even come in summer or in any of the quarters actually. Depends on college to college. Most of the people they choose to come in summer, fall. That's in August of every year. From August, the year starts. So if you wanna go in August, you have to start your preparations like 1 year ahead of it. Say in October or at least September, October time. You have to start and you have to write TOEFL and GRE. If you're not that comfortable with English words like
You need to start
if
preparing
you
for
have,
it.
yeah, you need to prepare for the exam as well. So you need to start a bit before that as well. Once you give your GRE, you have a better score and you have your TOEFL and a good number. You can do TOEFL or IELTS based on which area you have to go, like which country you have to go. It depends on that. So once you give your exams, you have good scores and you're like happy with the scores, you feel like you can get into the college with that scores, you can start with your SOP and letter of recommendations. Those are the two major things you need for applications. Other than that, you need your regular resume and cover letters for few colleges. Other than this, few colleges, I think they ask for personal statement where they just want to know your personal background, nothing related to the technical. So, what's your background? Like, how did you like come to this point in your life? Like, what brought you here? Why do you want to get into this universities like that? So that's one more additional thing you would have to write. That's only for few universities, not all universities ask that. So SOP is statement of purpose, as the name suggests, like it's why you want to be here, and what is your personal journey and your professional journey, like what skills you have, what skills you want to develop after coming here, like those kind of stuff. I personally suggest to write this on their own. But as English is not our first language, most people are not comfortable writing it on their own.
Yes.
So that's where agencies play their role. They come in, they write something. To be honest, I don't know how good agencies work, how good they write SOPs and any other letters as of that. So I did not take that risk, but okay, if someone wants to go with that, yeah, feel free and get the SOPs written. But at the end of the day, you are your own judge. Like you have to see your SOP and feel, okay, this is me. This SOP is talking about me. If you're feeling that, then yeah, good. Or else there's no point going third person and getting your SOPs written and everything. And for the letter of recommendation, as I had experience, like industrial experience, I took two letters from my managers and vice president of company. One from Professor KP Swami sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave one recommendation letter, and the other two was from my office. So usually you need three recommendation letters. If you don't have any work experience, you can have all the three from your university or college. Yeah, if you have work experience, better take from your immediate manager or vice president, anyone.
What all colleges you choose to go, ma'am, and why did you choose University of Washington itself? Like, what was your list like, and why this from those?
I was looking into Colorado Boulder, Washington University, Georgia Tech, and UT Austin. I did not get through UT Austin, and the ones which I got through, I saw the work, what the professors are doing in the field, which I'm interested. And somehow I felt Washington University had better research going on than other universities. Like I'm more interested in the research work. It may not be same for others. Like people may just want to do coursework. Okay, I'll come, I'll study. I just want some job. This is my way to go to the job. So they can select any college based on that, which has good coursework only. But I was more interested, or I wanted to do more on the research work.
Yes.
So that's why I chose this out of the ones which I got.
What should one be careful about who is trying to get into master that you missed on? Is there something like that?
Missed on.
Like you got to know that later.
Yeah, one thing was, I don't know if I missed or it's just my luck. I wanted to go to another lab. Like when I was searching for colleges, there was one particular professor I wanted to work who was in Washington, but I got to know he's gonna move out
Okay.
very late in the process, say like July end or something. I had already paid most of the things like rent and
Okay. So we are at the last part of our interview. So at this stage, I would like to ask, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
why.
Like, what are your goals? What are your plans, or something like that?
Okay, in the 5 years, finish my masters, get some good job, make some money, like try to pack up stuff here, go back to India, and think of some other startup again.
Oh, okay. And how would you want to see UVCE in the next 5 years?
It's already in a better shape. I never thought they would renovate buildings because they have been saying that from more than a decade that they would do. But they have done currently. I saw pictures. I did visit last year sometime. It's already in a better shape.
Your journey was really, really inspiring, and I could listen many things which I didn't know, and probably all the other listeners would also feel the same. And your journey from a humble background to whatever you have reached now, and whatever your aim is to do in future, is really a good one. And I hope you achieve whatever you aspire to. And that's it from Team Vachana. So this was all about Chaitra Shetty. Signing off, myself, Rock God. Thank you.